It's one of the most important and challenging issues we face in the state line and around the country. And today, mental health awareness makes it to a committee vote at Rockford City Council. 23 News reporter Jake Pearson talks to professionals who say the importance of the issue heightens when we talk about our city's youth.
The Finance and Personnel Committee of the City Council votes to pass several agenda grants, with many of the ideas coming from the Winnebago County Community Mental Health Board, including housing for those in need.
We have an old proverb saying that the healthy bodies need healthy minds.
The Winnebago County Community Mental Health Board and the Rockford City Council come together in an effort to better the mental health of the people of Rockford. Grant money will be allocated to housing for mentally ill, and job positions to oversee those receiving grants, like the Impact Team, will assist those who need help.
Mental health is very important. It is a sunlight in a cloudy day. I appreciate the effort that working to bring this money to Rockford.
City Council member Jonathan Logeman is the vice chair of the Finance and Personnel Committee. He says it makes total sense to accept the grants to fight social issues in Rockford.
These are, federal grants. These are state grants designed to help, our community support the neediest among us. And, what type of a city, what type of a state are we if we don't help support the neediest among us?
One agenda grant passed through committee Monday calls for the hiring of a housing advocate who will work directly with homeless youths to help them find housing stability.
Trying to figure out where you're safely going to lay your head, where you're going to get your next meal, if you're going to be able to go shower, if you're going to be able to get the items that you need. You're constantly having to be in crisis mode and kind of think on your feet and try to figure out what your next moves are going to be.
According to the National Institute of Mental Health, it is estimated that more than 1 in 5 adults in the U.S. are currently living with a mental illness.
An important issue. Thank you, Jake. And according to that same source, mental illness is more prevalent among women than men, and young adults between the ages of 18 and 25 have the highest rate of mental health issues at nearly 34% compared to other age groups.